I'm Brian Lentz with a look at your local news. Being a teenager can be tough. Trying to find yourself in a world dominated by social media, it only adds pressure, especially for young girls. In this week's Beyond the Classroom, Michaela Henschel shows us how Holy Rosary wanted to let young girls know they aren't alone and can overcome anything when they support each other.
You are worth it. Just one of the many handwritten messages that now fill this Christmas tree. They are words of empowerment written by girls for girls.
14, 15, 16, from what I remember, and I think a lot of girls can relate, is one of the hardest periods to go through, and I wanted them to feel encouraged, and I wanted them to have a day where they could be acknowledged for what they're going through and feel supported by our school division and have people come in who have been where they've been.
Holy Rosary hosted its first ever Ignite conference, a conference dedicated to uplifting and uniting young girls. The day was packed with powerful speakers and emotional exercises.
Every person I asked to come immediately said yes. It wasn't a question, it wasn't, like what time, and it wasn't even a matter of how much. It was, yes, we need this, let's absolutely do this.
There's been some really emotional, inspirational speakers. And yeah, I think all the girls can relate to everything that they're saying.
In an age where many girls feel defeated or the need to compete against one another, the conference was not only aimed at boosting self-confidence, but building a foundation now to help develop stronger, united women in the future.
There's pressures everywhere, and there's always things going on, and it's always good to have things like this where people just say, you can be happy and you can do this and you can get through anything.
If we can connect with if there's one girl who comes up against something, who thinks I'm never going to get through this and remembers back to this day and says, oh, maybe I can, or oh yeah, they said I could, or somebody believed in me, or will reach out when they wouldn't have, that would be enough for me.
Michaela Henschel, Newcap News.
The Lloydminster Public School Division is now offering Cree language classes at one of its middle schools. This complements existing programs and partnerships that support the engagement of First Nation Métis students throughout LPSD schools. Kira Lyons explains.
ES Laird Middle School has officially announced the implementation of a new Cree language program. The classes are for all grade 8 and 9 students with the hope of helping to embed Cree culture into the fabric of the school.
It was to kind of support the students that are enrolled in LPSD and to bring the teachings to the system in terms of culture, language, basically traditional teachings.
I think it's really cool because I never got to take it in elementary or grade 7, and I think it's really cool that we have the choice to get to pick it in grade 8 and grade 9.
Cree teacher Sandy Chokin says the school has also seen an increase in the sense of identity and self-confidence through this program.
To them it means a sense of pride, identity. A lot of our First Nations students are becoming more familiar with their traditions and their culture and language through this program.
It just feels more comfortable, other people learning about my language, and otherwise, if they didn't have it, I would have felt different, but I really like it that they put it in the school.
Although the program brings heavy value for its First Nation students, the impact it will have on the school and community goes much deeper.
It creates an awareness, and in terms of reconciliation, it's all about building bridges and building relationships back with both communities of Lloydminster, Onion Lake, and surrounding communities.
Nearly half of all grade 8 students are currently taking Cree classes, and approximately 20 grade 9 students are also taking the class this semester. Chokan says that the next step is to introduce the program into the high school level. Kira Lyons, Newcap News.
A Saskatchewan NDP critic says the government hasn't done enough to help farmers who suffered losses during last month's wildfires. Agriculture critic Carla Beck suggests part of a $90 million surplus from lower crop insurance claims could be used to help producers financially. Grass fires that swept through western Saskatchewan in October destroyed swaths of pasture and killed more than 700 cattle. Agriculture Minister Lyle Stewart says a good deal of financial help has already been provided, but he adds most of the losses were insurable, so the province will not cover them. That's all the time we have for news this morning. Thanks for watching.